On Saturday, 31st of August 2024, the National Youth Council of Nigeria installed a local branch marking International Youth Day event as it exposed the youth in the Solo to the numerous opportunities in the present digital age. The seminar was held at the Solo Youth Center with themes from Clicks to Progress, Youth's Digital Pathway for Sustainable Development. The day's event was graced by a convergence of bright minds and passionate youth aiming to shape the future through digital innovation. The occasion featured an enlightening session where elders, top resources persons and IT gurus engaged the youth in extensive training, making them see the realities and prospects of the digital world, encouraging them on the need to take the bull by its horn to make sustainable livelihood of it. Engineer Taiwo Salaudin, a renowned tech consultant with Big Four Nigeria, while talking to the youth on the crucial role of digital tools in fostering sustainable development, he emphasized the need for young Nigerians to harness digital pathways, not just as consumers but as creators, driving progress and innovation across various sectors.
I know that there is a challenge with having access to technologies in Nigeria, considering the situation that we find ourselves, but that should not be a determinant or an impediment for our youth not to strive to, make use of the opportunities that technologies, bring. I know of people who came from a background family. They don't even have money to afford laptop, but they worked with their friends who could, or whose parents could afford laptops, and they started learning one or two things with their laptops. And today, some of them are outside the country, making waves in technology and developing other countries. So my own advice to people generally is that we should not see this as an impediment. However, I would like to also implore our government to make available enough resources for everybody to tap into the opportunities that technology provides.
See how you want to make use of that tool.
Also addressing the youth was the Honorable representing the Oshodi Solo Constituency 2 at the Lagos State Youth Parliament, Adelabu Mustafa. He delivered an inspiring address on youth leadership and participation in governance. He urged the young attendees to be proactive in utilizing digital platforms to advocate for change and hold leaders accountable.
Okay, thank you very much. That's why we have National Orientation Agency. And this agency is there to orientate people on the usage of technology. On social media is one of the things I spoke to them about just now. We have negative use of social media, and it is a demerit of technology. But however, we don't have to just limit ourselves to that. The government is doing enough to make sure that they are orientating our youth on the usage of the social media positively, so as to use it for advantage of our youth. And presently, the government are really trying on that. And I hope and believe that our youth will heed to that advice. In Isolo today, we are collaborating with the chairman, myself as a rep of the youth at the state parliament. We are collaborating with the chairman to make sure that youth are being helped on improving their technology, and also the chairman is collaborating with a tech company that would bring the advancement of technology in this local government. The Lagos state government is doing enough and a lot to make sure that the technology of Lagos state youth is being improved. And as we can see today, this is one of the reasons why we have this topic where they are discussing about technology, because even the last the youth week that we held in states, it is also about technology. That to show you that technology is a thing of today and is going to great places.
Also speaking was Mr. Oloyede Ayodele Abdulhafiz, who shared his experiences and perspective on the evolving digital landscape. Abdulhafiz highlighted the importance of digital literacy and the need for you to stay updated with technological advancement. He charged participants to pursue continuous learning and to see challenges as opportunity to innovate and create solutions.
One thing about digital environment is pertaining to the youth now is for the youth to realize those areas that is needed for it to be an advantage to them and make good use of it. For example, if you get to understand the disadvantage of ICT, then you know where to start from and how to pick it up from there. If you look at it, during the old days, you discover that a lot of people are employed based on the fact that there is nothing like ICT. But as ICT comes in, it brings what you call unemployment. But that unemployment, if every youth understands that this is the way out, what you just need for you to key into the advantages of ICT and make good use of it. Because there is nothing that happens, there is nothing that is available that has the good side and the bad side. Everything has the advantage and the disadvantages. So it is best for the youth to know that you take good advantage of everything that you do, and that is enough for you to sustain yourself. Based on the theme of what is being celebrated today by the youth, you look at it that they are making it that what's a click to sustainability. And when you look at it, it is just very good for the youth to know that whatever thing that has advantage also has a disadvantage, and they should make use of the advantage instead of the disadvantage.
The coordinator of the National Youth Council of Nigeria Isolo Local Branch, the comrade Akibu Sikiru Ololade, who was the organizer of the seminar, in his opening remarks expressed his commitment to empowering youth through initiatives that bridge the digital divide. He spoke passionately about the council's efforts in fostering a digitally literate and economically empowered youth population, ensuring that no one is left behind in the digital revolution.
I believe that you are going to enjoy today's program by God's grace. If you look at those lecturers that we brought, then today's section, so we will have the lecture part, then we also have the practical part, because you can't just be talking, they will now be talking about all those things, but you need to have the concrete or little knowledge about some aspect of engineering or aspect of our computer and the likes. So we also have the second lecturer is here with us, so the MC is going to introduce them as well. So I believe you will all enjoy today's program by God's grace. Thank you. Be the youth, empower the youth.
A significant highlight of the event was a workshop seminar led by Engineer Timothy Obina, who is a seasoned digital content creator, shared practical tips on creating impactful digital content. Each session was interactive, allowing participants to explore different digital tools and platforms that can be leveraged onto enhance their online presence and contribute positively to the digital space.
So for engineering, the term we use, we call that BIOS. We call it BIOS, and it's an acronym. It stands for Basic Input Output System. Either of the two, either setup or system, they mean the same thing. So with that setup in place, I can actually make this system not to work. It will be on, but the user of the system might not be able to use it. That is one. Another thing that I would like to talk about is there's a term we use in our business line. We call it drivers. I don't know, many of us that use computers might have heard that from their engineers. Called drivers. There are some systems that when you don't install a compatible drivers to them, they will not function. Some of the component parts will not function at all. For example, there are some systems that if you don't install the mouse driver, this mouse, it will not work. Even when the hardware is there, it will not work. So,
Adeyemo Falsat-Olabisi, the District Commissioner of the Nigerian Girls Guide Association, in her remarks, spoke on the importance of digital transformation in the lives of Nigerian youth. She underscored how digital skills are now essential for personal and professional growth, encouraging the participants to embrace these skills to stay competitive in the global market.
It's a good development when I come into the program or listen to what they have today concerning digital programs. I see more innovation in digital will really empower our youth, and is a good program for them, organizing the youth in the Solo, organizing this for the youth to be aware of the importance of going into digital, that will really give them more opportunity to expand themselves, to grow, and then they are also encouraging them as youth to also go into skills development, that are empowering them on digital, that will really help them in future as they move on in their life. And is also a good development when the government, or I'm advising if the government can also go into schools, impact more on this, especially the children in the government school, if they can also give them more use of digitals as in computers, encourage them so that there will be more of encouragement by the youth to really go into this digital.
Participants shared their thoughts and experiences on what they had learned during the event.
The little I was able to learn was to be able to like use your intellectual distance to build yourself, to go into tech. So like in tech we have different fields. So we have like data analyst, analytic, and so on and the likes. So to be able to make use of your social media, like digital marketing.
As a youth, like I learned that if I have a career, I can just use data analysis to search, and it's going to give me ideas on anything I want and to help me create myself.
The International Youth Day celebration at the Solo Youth Center was not just an event but a call to action for youth to take charge of their digital futures. As the day concluded, it was clear that the participants left with renewed motivation and a clearer path towards sustainable development through digital empowerment.